so there's a Sabbath rest reserved for God's people. Father, if they had the freedom to make choices for good or evil, a freedom is a freedom, why did God consider it a sin if they had the freedom of choices? My son, you mixed things up. God or God's will was the only authority to obey in the garden. The freedom of choice, called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, was not allowed for man to do it. The only being who could do anything without the permission of any authority was God alone, because he has no superiority above him. Let's read what Scripture said about the tree of the knowledge of good and evil in Genesis 2 verses 16 to 17. Jehovah God commanded man, "You must eat of all the trees in the garden, but you must not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for in the day you will eat of it, you will surely die." Although it was a freedom, this freedom of choice was not allowed to man to enjoy according to his own will. Father, you mean to tell us that it was because Adam and Eve chose the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil without God's permission which resulted in their spiritual death? How did this death happen? Certainly, my son, they were not allowed to enjoy this freedom of choice. Eating the fruits of the tree means making the choice to be autonomous, having no authority to fear. That was the woman's will. She wanted to be like God, knowing good and evil, which means being free to act in good or evil whenever she wants without needing permission from any authority. This is called taking autonomy. Therefore, after making the decision to be free without any authority to fear accordingly, they lost the presence of the tree of life and became naked, spiritually dead. And at the same time they have become masters of themselves because they have no authority to fear. This is why God said in Genesis 3 verse 22, "Behold, man has become like one of us, for the knowledge of good and evil. Let us now prevent him from advancing his hand, from taking from the tree of life, from eating it, and from living forever." The fact that they became like God for the knowledge of good and evil means that they made themselves equal to God, autonomous, free to act in good and evil, without the need for permission from any authority. They became their own authority and will. Father, if Christ were the tree of life in the garden, what does it mean, "Let us now prevent him from advancing his hand, from taking from the tree of life, from eating it, and from living forever"?